Now we're going to work on the find user functionality. So first of all, let me go back to the state to 0. And right here, we're just going to pass an email, which is going to send the backend, and we're going to stick that email and search for it in the database. And if it exists, we're going to show it, show the user informations. If not, we're just not going to show it. Okay, simply this is what I'm going to do. So let me just go back here, close the front end, go back to the backend, routes, user, and create another route. It's not going to have an authentication user because people or users can do it without login. So this is going to be find user. Okay, and the function also is going to be called find user. Let me import it and then go here and create it. Okay, now right here, so export dot find user is going to be an async function, request, response, and then right here is simply going to have a try catch, the usual. Let me take this message, paste it right here, and first of all, let me get the email. We're going to send it in the request.body. So the email, we're going to get it from the request.body. That's the first thing, and then after this, we're just going to look for the user in the database. So const user is going to be equal await, and then you're going to use find one to look on the database, and we're going to use the email property to look for. And as the email property is the name as the same the variable, so we can just do it. If it's different, you need to provide this research for the email by another value. Okay, this is what we're doing, but as long as they are the same name, we're not going to do it. Okay, and then we're going to add select, and then right here we're just going to minus password. We don't want the password. We're actually not going to send everything, but for the first place, I don't want to get the password from the database, so the most secure possible. Okay, and then if we don't have new user, then simply we're going to return. Let me just get one of them that we have right here. Where is it? This one. Take that, go back right here. So no user exists, so maybe you can go right here, and the message is going to be simply account with this email address. That maybe just like a small message does not exist. Okay, we're not gonna write him a paragraph. Let me just remove one right here. Okay, so that's when the user does not exist. Else, then we're just simply gonna return, and the response is gonna be status 200. Okay, everything was fine, and then JSON. And what we're gonna send is simply two things. We're gonna send the email, which is gonna be the user.email. Okay, and then also we're gonna need the picture. So simply what we're gonna send, nothing more. Okay, like this. We don't want to give too much information. Okay, then we're gonna go back right here to the index. Let me just go back to the where is it, search account, like here, and then this is gonna happen when we submit. Okay, so the tab submit, you can go back right here, all submit, and then simply you can do everything you want right here. Okay, but I prefer like how to say it, I prefer to use like a function outside. Okay, let's call it handle, if I can write first, handle search. Okay, like that. So let me remove one of those. Okay, I don't know what I had two, and this is also going to be an arrow function. Okay, let's put this inside like this, and let's make it the function. So right here, const handle search is going to be an async function. Okay, and let's see what we're gonna do right here. Okay, so first of all, we have the loading. We passed right here, we didn't pass it. Okay, so let me go see if we had the loading. Okay, we don't have it. Maybe we need to add it right here. I thought I've had this loading and set loading, and then in the beginning it's gonna be false, like this. And let me just pass it. So where's the problem? Okay, it's not defined. Where is this? Let me just save this, go back right here, and let me pass it. So I think we're gonna pass it on all of them. But let me just do it for now, for here. Okay, and then go back to the search accounts, and let me give it from here, because we want to also control this the loading. Okay, when this is something loading, you can just pass whatever you want. Okay, so let me just go back right here, and then try catch first. Okay, this is important, try catch always. And then right here is gonna simply set the loading to false. Okay, and then also set the error that we're gonna have. Where is it? We didn't even set the set error. Okay, this is actually sad. Okay, let me just call this, we don't only gonna have this error. Okay, yeah, let me just call it this way. So let me just go back right here and just pass it. Okay, also like that, and then go back right here and then set the error, and it's going to be simply from the error right here, and then response, and then the data and then the message. We've done this before, okay? And also if you want to check like exactly if there is a message before that, you can check if it's actually this or not. So I probably it's not going to be a problem. So here, let me just go and set the loading to be true. That's the first thing. And then we're going to go const, we're going to extract the data from the response that we're going to get from, let's go await, and then Axios. We're not going to get it first time, you need to, to import at least once in the file, then it's going to show it to you, okay, from Axios. And then we're going to use Axios dot post, it's going to be a post request, okay. And then we're going to go to the process, let me just use backticks. And then right here is going to be process.env, and then it was React app backend URL, I believe, okay. And then / is going to be find user, okay. And then right here we're going to pass the one thing that we're going to pass, which is going to be the email, like this, okay. That's all we need to do. So this is going to be, what is it, Axios. I write without saying. and then we're going to just add another property, which is going to be right here. Let me just show you, which is going to be the infos or the user infos, okay. So user, let me just add this user, and then set user like this. We can't use user, okay. Let me use user infos because we already defined a variable called user, okay. Let's call it user infos. Let me just pass the set infos. So let me just get it where we're going to pass it. The first one, person allows. If you can use just spread the props and get it from the props dot, then you don't need to like go right here and then get it from here, but you can do whatever you want. This is up to you. So we're gonna go to set the infos, and which is gonna be simply gonna be the response that we get from and the data that we get from the response, okay. So this is how it's gonna be. So right now let me just show you. Let me just continue after this. Then we're gonna set the visible. So we're gonna set the visible, and also that's we're gonna pass it to all of them. I know this is a lot of properties passed, but this is actually better than writing everything in the same components. It's just hard. This is way easy if you think this is too much. Okay, we're gonna set it to 2 to change to the second element that we're gonna see, which is gonna be the, I think 1, not 2. Okay, that's 0. This is gonna be 1. Let me just see. So this is 1. Okay, so it's gonna be 1. And then right, so we're gonna simply set the error. If we have any errors, we're gonna just remove those, okay. So this is what we're gonna do. Go back right here, let me console log the infos, okay, like this, user info, sorry. And also we're gonna go to the, which is 1, okay, the visible 2, that's right here, okay. So the visible 1, sorry. So we have a user right here when we send the email. Let me just show you first. Let me open the console. This is going to be important, and then we're going to continue with that. Let me just remove that. So everything is fine right here. Let me now try and let me just see one thing first. Go back to the search account. We have with the error. Okay, we added it, okay. So let me just write something that doesn't exist in the database, okay, like this. And I click search, and as you see, we have a problem. Okay, so it's probably something done in the backend. Let me just go. Okay, user await. Oh, come on, I'm sorry. This is gonna be user, the model first. I keep on making these stupid mistakes. This is just pissing me off when I feel like I've done something that is easy and I know how to do it. Okay, so now let's search. And look what you're gonna get. We're gonna get the error, which is gonna say account does not exist. But for example, if we went and search for something that actually exists in the database, like this one, and then put it like this, and then search. First of all, we're going to get passed to the next tab, and then we're going to get the information, which is going to be the email and the picture right here. Okay, so this is all what we needed to do. Also, we can like just go back right here, and now go back to the second element of the component, which is search account after this, which is going to be send emails, and we're going to pass the user infos. So because we're not going to show these informations, we're going to show the right ones. Okay, which is going to be user infos, like so. We've sent it right here. And we can go back to the send email, and then we're going to get it from the props like this. Okay, so now instead of showing some random informations right here, this is going to be from actually the user infos. Okay, that's what we get from the backend. So the user infos dot email, and then this is also going to be the same one, user infos dot email. And then the picture, where's the picture? This one. This is not going to be user, okay. We don't need to get information from the user. This is going to be user infos dot picture. Let me just remove that user also, okay. So now as you see, this is the actual information. This is actually the email that we had and the picture that we had for the user from the backend. Okay, that's what we needed to do. So also we can add a layer of security. Just go back to the index, and this is not only when visible is gonna show this, also gonna add and this is also gonna be when user infos exists. Okay, and maybe not is not gonna be shown. Okay, and let me just remove we pass the user, we don't need to pass it. Okay, like this. So let me just try this again. Let's refresh this, go back right here, try again with something that doesn't exist in the database, and then search. We're gonna get account does not exist. But if we went and just like get another one, okay, like this one, and then go add it right here and then search, we're gonna get the informations of the user right here, and also go to the next tab. Okay, so this is all done. Now we're gonna click on continue. Then now we're gonna work on sending an email to the user with the code.